Kevin Knight, right here on close-up, fresh out of the ring. An unfortunate loss to Will Ospreay in the opening round of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. It was a loss, but it doesn't really feel like a loss. I mean, this was a big showcasing for you. We've only got to see a little bit of what Kevin Knight is bringing to the table here in AEW, but how are you feeling after being under those bright lights and finally getting that shot one-on-one with Will Ospreay?
I feel at home, I should say the least. I feel at home. The bright lights, the people, they don't bother me at all.
Yeah,
in fact,
I see that.
In fact, it makes the Jet come more alive, to be honest. And then being in there with a superstar made man like Will Ospreay, there's no wrong that I can do. Obviously, I wish I could have got the W tonight and move on to the second round.
Sure.
But I'm not sure if you know, I trained at the dungeon a few times as well with Natty and those guys, so I want to represent Will.
That's right.
So Natty, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, we didn't make it. But the people will remember my name after this, I'm sure.
Certainly. So finally getting that moment in there with Will and getting sort of that big fight feel, was there any kind of big takeaway of getting a feel for that tonight? Or like any kind of lesson learned or something like, oh, I would have done this differently, or maybe this is a little nugget of wisdom for later?
I need to hit a little harder.
Okay.
That's the biggest lesson I learned. Because when I first got into the dojo, when I first got into New Japan, me and Will never really crossed paths, so I never got to be in the ring with somebody that's as explosive or as fast or as athletic as I am. So that was my first time really meeting my match, and I gotta bring it.
That's
I gotta
right.
bring it. So now I know for next time, I just gotta tap into who I really am and bring that energy out.
Well, I was actually able to sit and watch your match next to Shibata.
Oh.
I was watching him take in everything that you were doing out there. What have your interactions been with Shibata? Now, it's a bit of a different situation. I mean, not training under him in the dojo and sort of being on a similar playing field now.
It's definitely like Shibata's known me from when I was a baby, let's per se.
Yeah.
Then once I graduated to LA Dojo, I'm making it to college, and now that I'm signing back with AEW, it's like I'm an adult now. So he's just giving me suggestions. You can do this a little bit more, do that. Because beforehand, it was just, you do this, you do that, you do whatever. Make the chonko, you know? But now it's more so suggestions. So seeing Shibata just, I bet him seeing me grow so much has been a proud moment for him. You know?
I know. I saw him. I go, "That's your boy." He was like, "Yes." He was very proud watching you out there working, and yes, coming into that like manhood moment of stepping into this moment in your career.
For sure.
All right. So coming out of the LA dojo, coming out of New Japan, we were talking earlier. Born in New York, raised in Atlanta, training in Seattle. You have been around a lot of different places for a young guy.
Here, there, and everywhere in between. That's why I'm the Jet, you know what I'm saying? And
is that where the Jet comes from?
Yeah. You know, everywhere I go, I feel like there's not really any hometown vibes. I feel I can adjust.
Little nomadic.
Yeah, nomadic. I can adjust anywhere I go, whether it's here, Japan, Mexico. So any environment, the Jet gonna adjust.
What was it about landing here in AEW for you? I know there's of course a lot of other opportunities kind of presented to you, but for you to be here amongst the best of the best.
This is, like you just said, the best of the best. So I wanted to test my skills. I wanted to get that validation that I needed to be like, I can not only compete with the best, but outperform with the best. And I think that just shown tonight with Will Ospreay, and last week with Jay White.
Jay White's another guy you guys were sort of ships passing in the night.
Right. Me and Jay White, I think I had one interaction with him the whole time I was there, because as I had my first tour in Japan, it was his last tour in Japan. So we kind of just slid by each other, just say hey and bye, you know. So that was our first time really interacting with each other. So
what was it like for you to find out that you're going to be replacing him in this tournament? Last minute decision, welcome aboard.
They told me I was replacing him. I said, what? Y'all playing a joke on me right now? But you know, they put me in there for a reason. They see a lot in me, and I see a lot in myself. I'm confident, I know who I am, I know what I bring to the table. And TK, Tony, he's gonna take a bet on the Jet, you know what I mean?
Good.
He's gonna get all of his return on investment.
You know what, that was sort of my takeaway as well. I mean, I've had small little interactions with you, but I'm like, this guy is a star. I mean, you are somebody that I feel like we can start putting the horse behind the cart on this one here. We're like ready ready to go here with you. Okay, so we get a little bit of the history of the pro wrestling for you,
Yes,
but
ma'am.
what brought you here? What was the first thing that you're like, I can do this, I'm gonna follow my dreams, kind of start those wheels in motion?
Well, for one, my brother and my older cousins were big wrestling fans growing up. So by the time I was 2-3 years old, I was bumping. I was taking all of the moves from my older cousins.
Yeah.
Walls of Jericho, I was taking it. Rock bottoms, anything off the top rope. So I knew how to bump. I knew how to sell.
Yeah.
So I knew from a young age wrestling was going to be something that I would pursue.
But it wasn't your first love.
Oh, of course not.
What was
Of
the
course
first one? What
not.
was
Pro
the first
wrestling it was so many different things. My family I come from a generation of bowlers. I'm not sure if you noticed or not. I've been doing this since I was 2 years old.
Is that something that translates in the ring?
I think so, because you gotta have good balance. With bowling, it's all mental. You know what I
Okay.
mean? It's all mental.
All right.
So in wrestling, mental is a big part of this.
Sure.
Of course, you gotta look good. You know what I mean?
I don't think a lot of bowlers look good, do they?
I don't know.
Is there a bowler's physique?
You know, that's a great question.
Yeah.
I need to do my research. But every bowler has their own swag, so I like
Sure.
to, everybody has their own approach to the lanes. Everybody has their own way that they like to throw the ball, so I translate that to wrestling.
I don't think I've ever met a bowler.
Really?
Like a real bowler.
Well, you met one.
Pleasure to meet you.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Since
So-
99. Since 99.
You're bowling,
Yes, ma'am.
you're a musician?
Musician too. I mentioned that before we got on
Yeah.
camera. I played violin growing
Oh,
up.
wow.
So I could play little Beethoven, little Bach here and there.
Where do
I'm
you
a well
go?
cultured man, but I started playing the guitar a few years ago.
Okay.
And I can get you a couple of little tunes. Give me some time, and I got you on the rhythm.
Yeah,
We're still
yeah,
up in the
yeah.
beginning stage,
Sure.
but anybody that's looking for a band member, I'm your
This
guy.
is the guy.
I'm your guy.
A
and-
well-rounded guy.
Yes, and not only with the music too. I was raised in Atlanta, so we're known for roller skating. So
You're a roller skater?
yes,
What?
yes.
Okay, we need to go.
Yes,
I have
please.
roller skates.
You have your own?
Yes. I have pink
Anytime.
glittery roller skates.
See, you fit just right in.
Let's go.
Let's go. We had a whole skate crew and everything.
God, I always thought that I really could have made it in roller derby. Like, I think I could have done some damage.
Yes, I think so. You have to physique for it. You have to look for it. You would do damage. I would be scared.
You should be.
I don't want any
Listen, I
problems.
played ringette. These thighs know how to skate. They've got a little power behind them.
Right.
So you do all this stuff in your downtime?
Of course, it translates all to wrestling, whether it's music, staying on beat,
Yeah.
whether it's roller skating, working your balance, knowing how to communicate with different people in a fast-paced environment.
Wow.
Bowling, like I said, mentally. I used to play football too growing up, so
Yeah.
obviously football translates. So
Sure.
I like
See, that wasn't in your Wikipedia. Only the football was in your Wikipedia.
See?
The other things weren't in there.
the people at Wikipedia need to ask me some more questions.
Step it up,
because-
guys.
Yeah, please.
He's got a lot more to bring to
There's
the
so
table.
much more than just football. I'm not just a meathead.
No, clearly not. This guy can play Beethoven and Bach.
And I got my degree.
He's got it all. Wait, what's your degree in?
Management Information Systems.
You're a communicator.
So, yes. It was an IT job, so I did.
You're a little bit of a nerd.
Yeah. I didn't want to use that word because it's kind of offensive to my people.
Oh, sorry.
I would say well educated,
Sure.
well spoken. I know my way around a computer.
Yeah.
Control Alt Delete. You know what I mean?
Sure. Control Delete, you got me. Anything beyond that, a little bit over my head. Pyro's going off here.
We'll work on it. We'll work on it.
Okay, this is what happens backstage at Dynasty. We've got people ready to go out to their matches. Pyro's going off.
It's real.
You just walked out from there. What do you want to accomplish here? I mean, this is still so early on in your
Yes.
career. You've not even been doing that this long. However, this spotlight seems to be shining over your head. Do you feel the pressure? You seem like you thrive in pressure.
Needless to say, yes. It's been a whole 8 days since
Yeah.
I got in the graphic.
Yeah.
I got a standing ovation with Jay White. I got announced for the Owen Hart
Yeah.
with the opener on a pay-per-view, working with Will Ospreay. So the pressure makes diamonds, and
Yeah.
the Jet is a diamond in the rough. And I'm just looking to show the people that I can flourish in any environment. Throw me against whoever, and the Jet is going to make it an impression.
So you just had Will Ospreay. You've been in the ring with Jay White. We've
Right.
got a stacked roster here. What else do you kind of have your mind set on in these early days?
I want to show everybody, not just show everybody, show the world, show TK, even show myself that can't nobody see me on the mic. I can talk.
I've seen
So
that.
I want people to know
Gathered
that this is a different kind of swag I'm bringing. I know this is where the best wrestle. I can do all the wrestling, but can they talk with the Jet? Can they walk with the Jet? Can they fly with the Jet? I really want to know just where they see, where's their heart at, you know? So that's where I want to test them at. And depending on where that takes me, It'll take me to championship gold. It'll take me to main event and pay-per-views. Wherever that takes me, the jet is along for the ride. So
hell yeah.
That's where I'm
well,
at.
I'm ready to buckle up. I'm a fan. Yeah, I mean, dude, you've got it. You've got it all. I'm so happy that you're here. A well-versed man, and now off camera, we're gonna have to have a lot of conversations about the bowling, the roller skating. We'll find a ring.
We'll make the arrangements. I'll get you an escape crew, get you the paperwork and everything.
Let's do it. The jet is here, everybody.